Hello and welcome to this short demo visualising a set of transformations running on the bird data model. So we show here, we'd like to show here what we call attribute lineage first and then data lineage. What we have here is a cut down version of a FinRep report, FinRep F0501, with just two columns, and we have one row which we shall show later. Here we have the what we call it F0501 output layer. This is a flattened table which contains just the attributes that we'll need to filter and aggregate to make the F0501 report. Above that we have a slice, which is just one slice of the flattened output layer. It has the same attributes as the output layer. We'll show another slice shortly, and then we'll follow the red lines and we'll see where the details came from for that slice in the input layer tables of bird, such as bird instrument and bird party. So for example, the institutional sector on the slice came from institutional sector on bird party, and the subject impairment indicator came from bird abstract instrument role. So that we call attribute lineage. We want to show data lineage also because we've executed these transformations, and so we have data for these entities. And we can follow these lines, so we can see, for example, here's our report which had one row 60. We want to see row 60, column 10, we follow those two lines. So there was the addition of these two numbers, 11 and 83 million or so. We also see there was a second slice which has the same structure. This one was for non-negotiable securities and has exactly the same items again, being a slice, and it's got its information from different tables in the bird input layer, one being bird long security position, other one bird security, and it also took some information from bird party also, because it needed an institutional sector of its issuer, whereas the loans and advances needed a institutional sector of its counterparty. If we look at the side projection here, we see some interesting things. There's always a one-to-one relationship between rows in an input slice and the actual full output layer, because we're just basically adding together the rows from each slice to make the output layer. In this case we have typically a one-to-one relationship between rows in input layer tables and the rows in the slice. You'll see here this for example is a relationship with bird party, and for reports like COREP we might not have a one-to-one relationship in this section here because we need to do things like netting and counterparty matching, etc. And we can also note here, if we look at the attribute lineage again, we're actually missing one type of lineage, and that is what we call entity to attribute lineage, because to create these rows in the loans and advances slice, we actually needed some extra information to facilitate joining of data, some extra entities and some extra attributes to do the full joins, but we keep those out of scope to make things clear for now, although they are useful parts of lineage, especially if we want to have full transitive lineage, so that we could say for a particular report cell what is the true subset of items that we need in terms of bird input layer entities and the subset of attributes on those. And having that subset of information is very good for simply making test data easily and for doing data mapping from a bank's own source system in an incremental fashion. So I hope you found that interesting. Thank you for watching.